Chapter 1: The Lake. The whisper of a long-forgotten ghost swirled into the cool summer breeze, winding its way through the trees. The leaves rustled in response, their chatter resembling the hushed gossip of nature itself. It was a sound Samantha had come to love. Summer nights like these had a way of making the world feel weightless, as if just for a moment nothing else existed. No worries, no pain, no past. She sat at the edge of the lake, toes burrowing into the soft, damp sand. The moonlight stretched across the water's surface, shimmering like scattered diamonds, illuminating the vast expanse in a silver glow. The sight was mesmerizing, almost magical. Here, surrounded by the stillness of the night, she could almost believe that she was whole, that the past hadn't left its scars deep beneath her skin. A distant rumble cut through the silence, a warning of the storm creeping in from the horizon. Dark clouds drifted closer, and brief flickers of lightning illuminated the sky. The air thickened with the scent of rain, but she didn't mind. If anything, the storm only added to the beauty of the night, amplifying its raw, untamed wonder. Samantha closed her eyes and inhaled deeply, letting the humid air fill her lungs. A part of her longed to wade into the glowing water, to let it envelop her, to let it cleanse her from the inside out. But she knew better. The storm was approaching fast, and even if it weren't, no amount of water could ever wash away the past. No matter how far out she swam or deep she dove it, wouldn't wash away the past. Another rumble echoed, louder this time, mirroring the anger that simmered beneath her skin. She clenched her fists in the sand. Soon she'd have to go back. Back to the house where fights erupted like clockwork, where silence only lasted as long as the next argument took to begin. Staying out here forever wasn't an option, no matter how much she wished it were. With a reluctant sigh, she stood, brushing the grains of sand from her legs. She took one last lingering look at the lake, willing its magic to stay with her a little longer. For a moment, she felt it. Peace, hope, maybe even a fragment of something close to happiness. But then, as she turned toward her bike, that feeling was replaced by an unsettling chill. Unbeknownst to her, a hooded figure lingered in the shadows of the trees, watching. The ride home was short, just a couple of miles, but she could do it blindfolded. She had ridden this path so many times it was second nature. The wind rushed around her, lifting strands of her hair and whipping them against her face. She pedaled faster, letting the night consume her, pretending that if she just went fast enough, she could outrun the weight pressing on her chest. The moon guided her, casting a pale glow over the winding road. As she neared home, the faint sounds of yelling drifted through the night air. Her stomach tightened. Another fight. She slowed, listening, trying to gauge whether or not she was the subject of their argument. But as she approached the house, she caught snippets of their words. Money. Again, it was always money. A bright flash split the sky, followed by a booming crack that rattled the ground. Samantha pulled into the driveway just as the first fat droplets of rain began to fall. She hurried inside, slipping through the door and shutting it softly behind her. If she was careful, she could get to her room unnoticed. Her parents' voices ricocheted off the walls, their anger bouncing between them in a never-ending cycle. She tuned them out as she crept up the stairs, each step taken with practiced precision. Years of experience had taught her how to move through the house like a ghost, unnoticed, invisible. She passed by Chance's room and peeked inside. Her little brother was fast asleep, his chest rising and falling steadily, blissfully unaware of the chaos just outside his door. She envied him, the ability to sleep through it, to not have to bear the weight of their parents' constant battles. She wanted to protect him from it all, to shield him from the world that had already begun to chip away at her. Finally, she made it to her room and shut the door behind her, exhaling a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. Crawling into bed, she buried herself beneath her comforter, as if the thick fabric could keep everything else out. The rain tapped against her window, droplets merging and sliding down the glass in winding trails. She watched them absent-mindedly, letting her mind go blank, allowing the rhythm of the storm to lull her into an escape she desperately needed. Just as sleep began to pull her under, a pale glow filled the room. Her phone vibrated softly against the nightstand. A message. Blinking away exhaustion, she reached for it, and as she read the words on the screen, a chill ran down her spine. Sleep was no longer an option.